Hey y'all, I'm Matt Pitcock and I'm a junior at Hardin-Simmons and I play on the soccer team, and I'm going to tell y'all about my testimony of faith tonight. Growing up, I grew up in a very good environment, great Christian home, great parents who married for 25 years, so I never had anything to worry about there. I grew up with two younger sisters. Just great Christian home. Went to church every Sunday. I grew up and I was raised Catholic. Went to Sunday school every morning. There was very few Sundays I missed. I went every day, every Sunday, and just got taught the basics of Christianity and Catholicism, and I could answer any question that was presented to me in those Sunday school classes. But I never really understood Jesus those years. I just kind of went because my parents made me, and that's how I was raised. And through my elementary years, I never really experienced any traumatic things. I came from a very well-privileged family, lots of blessings there, so I never had to struggle financially or anything like that. So there was never any burdens on me. Just came from a very good family. The only traumatic incident I had in my elementary years was in 4th grade. My grandpa passed away. That's the only death I've ever had to deal with, and it definitely made me question my faith. Looking back on it, I don't really know if I really had a faith then, but when he died, it definitely made me question it. I asked a lot of questions like, why did it happen? Why to me? Why now? Does God love me if he let this happen? And just really made me question my faith. I didn't really know what to do because we came from a family that we were always with our extended family. They're all from the Dallas area, and just always with them all the time. And when he passed away, it was like something I had lost forever, and I didn't know how to handle it. So it's definitely questioned my faith. Also, in my elementary years, I was in the popular crowd, I guess you could say, and so I never really had to fit in or try to fit in. I fit in from an early age, and that was just because I came from a well-off family, I guess, so it was easy to fit in. But I really didn't look I didn't really look to bring outsiders in. I just looked about my close group of friends, and that's all I really cared about. Looking back on it, was selfish, but I really didn't have a faith that taught me how to love others. It was just basically love myself and love the people that are close to me, and not love others. And then so I went to middle school. I kept progressing in my faith, I guess. But again, middle school, it really wasn't a faith. It was just me still going to Sunday school, going through the confirmation process, going through all that to get to confirm to the Catholic faith, but really not knowing what I was believing in, just believing what was told to me, and not really finding it out on myself. And then, so through my middle school years, I played sports. Had girlfriends. Had friends. It was great. I had everything, but still, I didn't have God. I didn't have God in my life. I just had false beliefs that I was told and taught, and just said yes to stuff, but really didn't find it on my own. And it's really easy to fall into that, people telling you, especially when you're raised in that type of environment in the church from the start. You don't have to go find it on your own; it's given to you. So it's really easy just to believe that you have a faith when really you don't. And so when I got into 9th grade, like I said, I was deemed in the popular crowd, but really that's just stereotypes. Now that I've grown older and realized it, and me and my friends I got involved with my friends, and we got introduced to alcohol for the first time in 9th grade. And at the time, I just thought, it was the cool thing to do to get drunk before you go into the high school football games, drink in the parking lot. I still remember my first drink ever was whiskey and Coke in my friend's car before going to the football game, and I looked for acceptance by others a lot in my early high school years. And I think most kids struggle for wanting acceptance. Everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be accepted, but it's where you look. It's not things of this world. It's looking to God. And when I got introduced to alcohol, I jumped on it because that was the cool thing to do, but it wasn't the right thing. And so I went through my ninth grade years, just my ninth grade year and 10th grade year, just relying on alcohol, and pretty big partier. And that was just the way of life for me. I went to, funny as it is, I every Monday went to Young Life, which is a Christian organization. And then I still went to church every Sunday, and I just kept believing, what people told me to believe. I still had no faith. I went to Young Life on Monday nights because that's what everyone else at the school did, basically. Like, that was a cool thing to do on Monday nights, we'd go to Young Life. And some people thought we were hypocrites because, we'd go to Young Life on Monday nights, and then Friday and Saturday we'd be going and getting drunk. And it's hard looking back on it, just thinking about, I was a hypocrite. I wasn't staying true to what a Christian is, but I never knew what a Christian was at this point in my life. And so 10th grade went on, and throughout this whole time I was still playing soccer, still playing all sports, but then I decided to devote my time to soccer and football when I got to high school, 9th and 10th grade. And 10th grade was a good year. Nothing happened to me. I was still, partying all the time, hooking up with girls. Like, everything came easy to me. School was easy. Nothing really hit me. And then I got asked to go to Young Life camp my sophomore summer. And there was some guy who just kept digging into me. And when I was at Young Life camp in Colorado, June 23rd, 2008, I confessed my sins to God. And it was just the greatest feeling in the world. And I just can't explain. There's nothing like it. I had my one-on-one with my youth pastor there, or the guy who discipled me through my youth in high school from Young Life there. He just sat down with me on the mountains, and he just told me that God forgives. He does. He doesn't want us to hold up a front. He doesn't want us to, act like we have it all together. He just wants us to be vulnerable and, just confess our sins. And so, the verses that really stuck out to me that week were Philippians 3:7-10. And it's just sitting on the mountains and seeing God's beauty and God's grace and just flowed through me. And I confessed my sins to God, and I was saved. It was the greatest feeling I ever felt, because I felt like I had a huge weight lifted off me for the first time. I had faith, had something I believed in. And it all came down to the guy who discipled me sat down with me, and he told me, he goes, I know you believe in God. I know you do, but what you're doing is you're living a lie. He goes, you say you believe, but you don't. You just say the right things. You gotta go find it for yourself. And that's the great thing, is God gives you the opportunity. He gives you the chance to find that. And when I saw that, I jumped on it. It was like, time to go. And so I did. And coming back from my sophomore summer, my junior year begun, and it was great. I was coming off that camp high from Young Life camp, and I'd been saved, and everything was going good. And then, school year hit, and then, temptation came back. The parties on the weekends, the girls came back. I mean, everything. Soccer was going great. I mean, college, D1 schools were starting to look at me. Everything was going good. Thought I had it figured out. I was still, pursuing God, but there's still all this temptation. And how to fight temptation when you're in high school, it's hard. And so my junior year, I kept going to Young Life, and I kept meeting with the guy who discipled me and doing Bible studies with him and just digging into the Word. But then I was still looking to other things to to satisfy me when God is what satisfies.